Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Let's go.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmunds.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And his pass incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Now Wentz going up top. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Steelers take over. Come on, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line. The Steelers take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
180. 52's the mic. Here we go, here we go. Kill.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Mike 3. Combo. All day, plump. Go now. 0-0, Mike 3. Stay with me.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Reset. 198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Hey, we got to get the kill. Hey. High 7. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 2nd touchdown on the season. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Steelers take over.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. steps away to his left. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Start! Lock 80! Mike back 2. Get track! Get track! No spacing.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
My bad, guys. My bad, guys. His guys take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
23 yards the pickup there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 41. A quick throw complete to Washington. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
First down run for Connor, not going to get much. Maybe a yard. Second down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the Eagles' 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch 54. Hey, let's get that. Show that bench release and go. Hey, exit.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Eagles take over
Let's
first
go.
and
Let's do
10
this.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Wentz going to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 48-yard line.
The last run, good for 2. Here's second and 8. To throw is Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Wentz to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Once more, here's Eckler. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
All right, now, like 20.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
It's now second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. On second down, Eckler.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Easy. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Go. 52. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without them, they're not winning this game.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Sunday. Watch the screen. Bravo. Let's go. Mike 3. Let's set it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Again, it's Howard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Mike 3. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 3. Combo. You go, night.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
55. Hey, eat. Here we go. 55 is mine, guys. 55.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, will likely put an end to this thing.
No foul.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He's going to launch it for Washington. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So the touchdown on the final play won it. What a game. And then, interestingly, they went for 2 to rub a little salt in the wound, and they got it.
Called it like it was a video game, didn't they?
They did.
Go ahead and get some more points. Kind of reminds me of that old coach in those bitter rivalry games. Coach, why'd you go for 2 at the end of the game? You didn't need it.
Because I could.
Because I couldn't go for 3.
Oh, man, I like that. So for Philadelphia, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.